You hit your 20s thinking something is supposed to click. Like one day you'll wake up and suddenly feel certain. Certain about who you are, certain about what you want, certain about where your life is going. But instead, you feel the opposite. Uncertain, restless, a bit behind, a bit confused, and sometimes completely lost. You look around and it seems like everyone else is moving forward. People getting jobs, building careers, starting relationships. Some even seem like they've got everything figured out. And you're just there thinking, how do they know what they're doing? Because I don't. And that feeling can be heavy. But here's the thing no one really tells you. Feeling lost in your 20s isn't a sign that something's gone wrong. It's actually a sign that something is beginning. Because for the first time in your life, you're fully responsible for yourself. There's no clear structure anymore, no school system guiding you, no obvious next step laid out. It's just open. And that openness sounds freeing, but in reality, it can feel overwhelming. Because now every decision feels like it matters. What career you choose, where you live, who you spend your time with. It starts to feel like one wrong move could mess everything up. So you overthink, you hesitate, you compare. And slowly, that turns into feeling stuck. Another reason you feel lost is because you're trying to figure out your life based on other people's timelines. You see someone your age doing well and think you should be there too. But you don't see the full picture. You don't see their doubts, their setbacks, their confusion. You're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel, and that creates pressure. Pressure to have it all sorted out far earlier than anyone realistically does. The truth is, most people in their 20s are guessing. They're just better at hiding it. Some people commit to paths quickly, jobs, relationships, cities, and from the outside, it looks like certainty. But often, it's just movement, not clarity. And then there's identity. In your 20s, you're constantly changing. What you care about shifts. What you enjoy shifts. Even how you see yourself starts to evolve. So just as you start to figure something out, it changes again. And that makes it feel like you're going in circles. But you're not. You're exploring, you're testing, you're learning what fits and what doesn't. And that process isn't meant to feel stable. It's meant to feel uncertain, because that's how growth works. There's also this quiet pressure to turn your life into something meaningful, to find your passion, to build something impressive, to make your time count. And while that sounds motivating, it can quickly become overwhelming. Because what if you don't know your passion yet? What if nothing feels clear? Then it starts to feel like you're falling behind in a race that you don't even understand. But maybe the problem isn't that you're lost. Maybe it's that you're expecting clarity too early. Your 20s aren't supposed to be a finished product. They're supposed to be messy. They're supposed to be full of trial and error, wrong turns, new starts, changing direction. That's not failure. That's the process. And the more you try to rush through it, the more lost you tend to feel. Because you're trying to force certainty in a stage of life that's designed for discovery. So instead of asking, why do I feel lost? Maybe ask something different. What am I curious about right now? What feels even slightly interesting? Because you don't need a perfect plan. You just need a direction. Something small to move towards. And over time, those small steps start to build something. Not instantly, not perfectly, but gradually. And one day, you'll look back and realize something. You were never actually lost. You were just in the middle of figuring yourself out. And that's exactly where you were supposed to be.